Twine is a tool we're going to look at today to create an interactive narrative game. It's a fabulous tool with which you can quickly work together some texts that are interlinked. The Netflix show Bandersnatch was prototyped using Twine, and it's used for lots of indie games and small by small software development companies because it's quick and it's easy, but it's really great for textually oriented games. Listed here are lots of different types of interactive narratives, and it would be good to go and explore how they work. This one, for example, has a format where almost every single word links off into other words, and it then links off into other words, and you can follow the story in almost, I don't know how many, thousands of directions. One of my favourites is Temple of No, because you go on this quest and start the illustrations are great. You go on this quest and you follow it, and it's just really funny. It's just really good fun. The Time Machine's very good fun. The Warden game sort of is almost like a psychological test. How would you behave in this situation? And there's lots of Twine sites here in the Made with Twine part of this site. So let's just get started. We need two things. There are some other tools here as well. We need, this is the documentation, and it's called the Chapbook Guide. And this has all the code we need. But Twine is a tool that we can download and use, or we can just run it from the browser, from the Twinery website. So you create a story. Oh, before we start, just need to check that we've got Chapbook selected. There are lots of different types of formats, which means you use different codes as we go. So we want the Chapbook one because that's the easiest to use and the nicest looking. So I'm going to start a story. And I'm going to just do a very simple thing like making a cup of tea. So it's going to start off very formulaic. And it begins here with my first passage. So I can click on the pencil to edit it. And it has a title. And I tend to call it Home or Start or something. And we can now start our story. So our story might say, I felt, or you feel thirsty. You go to the kitchen and fill the kettle. You put it on and wait and wait. Now, I know there's a code to kind of delay the way these are revealed. So I'm going to go to the Chapbook Guide, and there's text formatting here, and it's delayed text. So what I do is I put in a code in some square brackets that says after 1 second. So let's try that. So if I do that there, and then do that there, and it begins to boil. Let's maybe give this a title that says, and so it begins. So one of the special codes is a hashtag, and that means make this a header. So there's lots of special codes in here, but I'll say lots. There's some special codes in here, and it makes it uses a markdown formatting, it's called, but you can also add in some HTML in here. We may actually do that at some point. So now we've just got a one-page site. So let's. Okay, do you see that now looks quite nice? And this was revealed, and it's opened this in a new window. So we've got the editor, if you like, and then this generates a HTML page for us. In fact, it generates a whole HTML site which we'll look at in another session. So now I want to create some branches. So let's go in and edit this. And I might say, do I want a cup of tea of, let's say, regular builders like that, tea, or a cup of herbal? So if I wanted to make two branches going off in two different directions here, I use two square brackets here to make sure it's a link, and the same here. Oh, I did three there. Whoops. Boom. Boom. So now when I close this, you'll see it's automatically created those pages. So let's say I wanted, let's see what actually this does now. So when we play it, and we've got these two links, and we've got an empty, let's double click to edit it, but we can't actually do that. So in here, let's imagine we wanted to display an image. We're not going to do too much of this because part of the problem here is to do with image hosting. We'll get to that later. But if I was to go to Google and search for a cup of tea and look for in images and look for labeled for reuse, there's a nice one. So one thing that I might do is come to this stock photo and copy the image address. Now the tag to embed images in Chatbook in Twine is it image embed or embed image? I can't remember. Let's have a look. It's down here. Images, embed image, semicolon, and then okay, let's do that. Embed image, semicolon, put the URL in. So here I had it at last. A lovely cup of tea. And if I fill in the other branch here, I could make this a header. Nice cup of ginger and lemon. Ooh, that was refreshing. So I'm starting to build up my story. Let's play our story again. Oh, this played there from that point. So let's play from the beginning. So it begins. You got to put it on where do you want a regular cup of tea? So we can see we're starting to build up our story now. And that's pretty much it. You could come into this one, a cup of herbal, and you could say, so now biscuits, and we might have ginger, and we might have any number. Bourbon, can't think of another one. Shortbread. So here we go. Now, if we put arrows in front of them, again, it formats them into a choice. You can see it's made the pages there already. So if I play from here, and it knows that they're sort of connected as Bourbon there. So I've got no way to get back to the main part of the story at this point. So at the moment, anybody could end up on any of these 4 pages, and I might want to, if I wanted to connect this one to the Bourbon page, you can do so. A lovely cup of tea, and now to have and you just use the name Bourbon. You can change what appears in the link, which we'll do later. So let's play this, and I now go to the Bourbon page, which hasn't been filled in. Chocolate, chocolatey. Yum, yum. So we started to now build this network of um, of text and media. We can add sounds easily, and then eventually all of this can be exported down the bottom here. When we say publish to file, and that has made a HTML file with all those passages linked in together. And that is something that one could publish or share with friends. So if I show this in a Finder, it's all in there, and there we are. There is our game, regular book of tea, bourbon, and I've made a mini website or an interactive game or an interactive narrative in a matter of seconds. And in other sessions, we'll look at how we add more media to this, such as audio and backing tracks, and how you can add interactivity in terms of perhaps scores or even inventories, keeping collections of lists of things as you go, making the game able to handle things like finding a key and opening a door and those sorts of things. So that's Twine. It's a really great tool to quickly put ideas all together. So go and have a play and get a feel for making those what can be quite complex structures and interesting games. It's lots of fun.